Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel, Stitching with the Dachshund. I'm Sherry, and welcome to all my subscribers. I really, truly appreciate you. And welcome to anybody who just happened to stumble across this channel. I hope that you find something that will inspire you or something that you find beautiful. If you do have any questions about anything that I show, you can, of course, ask them down below in the questions. To get started, it is, of course, October. Actually, it's October 22nd, 2018. And in the month of October, I drag out all my Halloween t-shirts. So I have to show you my Happy Halloweeny t-shirt and little bats. I don't know if you can see the bats, but they do glow in the dark. This shirt is old, ancient, not ancient, but it's pretty old, several years old. And I only wear my Halloween shirts during the month of October. And then I wash them and I put them up. And about September, I start thinking about my Halloween shirts that I get out. They make me very happy, and I really enjoy the ones that have the Halloweenies on them. So I had to wear it today and show you all. So let me get you caught up on some things. First off, the Boot and Saddle Makers Convention. Me and Robert were heading to that the weekend after I filmed my last video, hoping that he would win in one of the categories he entered. Unfortunately, he did not, but that's okay because you actually, and I truly believe this, learn more when you don't win. Because what you should do is come off that with, what can I do better? How can I improve this? Let me talk to somebody who's better at this, has been doing it for years, and see where I went wrong or what I could do better. He always inspires me because he is such a good sport. Win or lose, he is such a good sport. We knew in the top stitch when we went that he was not going to win that one because there was a pair of boots there that had 20 plus rows of stitching laid right next to each other beautifully. And it's the top stitch category, and that is quite a skill. So we knew that that probably was out. We were still hoping for maybe the artsy one. And I will say that I don't think the ones that won were as pretty and artistic as Robert's. That's my opinion, but I was not the judge. And the judge has an eye for things that I do not have. So unfortunately, he did not come off with a win. But what did happen was the next weekend, he got invited to go down to a female bootmaker who lives in Guthrie, Oklahoma, Lisa Sorrell, who does beautiful work. And so we went down because we were already going to Oklahoma. So we went down and we spent about an hour in her shop, which he got some really great tips. And so watch out for next year. It's going to be amazing. He's going to bring it home. He is going to win one of his categories or all of the categories. His goal is to win in all the categories eventually. Every year he gets better. Every year he meets somebody, he gets another tip. So in reality, the truth is, however you want to say it, he's a winner, although he didn't get the belt buckle. The belt buckle will come. So we had a great time meeting a lot of people. Remember the little Santa Claus, the Grand Canyon Santa Claus that I had stitched for my friend Carol because her husband, she met her husband when he was working as a cowboy at the Grand Canyon. I had finished that, was so excited. Remember the puppet got it, I had to clean it up. But anyway, I was so excited I was going to get to give it to her. I thought about it in Guthrie, Oklahoma. No, I'm sorry. I thought about that was the weekend before. I thought about it in Weatherford, Texas when we passed through their hometown. I was like, oh, I get to give I don't get to give Carol that because it's still sitting at home. Yep, I forgot it. So when I saw her, I showed her a picture of it and told her the story, why I did it and everything. And she's really excited, but I'm going to mail it to her. I would have already mailed it to her. However, I can't find my stamps. And I am cheap, and I know I have 2 books of stamps in this house. And I don't know. I put them up. Don't you hate when you do that? Put them up to be safe. Now I can't find them. So I know that I'll come back across them, and then I'll mail it out to her. It's a Christmas ornament, so I've got a little bit of time. If I don't find them, I'll go on and mail them. I got a couple other things that I'm going to put in the mail. So anyway, I'm going to mail it all out together. But so all excited about giving it to her. Did not get to give it to her. But she liked the pictures, and I think when she gets it in her hand, she'll really appreciate it. That brings me when I talk about judging. I'm going to have a little discussion here, and because one of the reasons that I'm a little late on recording is because I came across a Flosstube video of somebody, and they made me very sad. They made me very upset because they wind up calling another artisan's work crap. And you'll see that this is going to affect me because that's just something you don't do. I don't care how angry you are that you didn't win, you don't do that to another artisan. And what I'm going to speak of is the flip side of it, because I've been a judge in competitions before, and it is the hardest job you will ever do. If you think stitching something and putting your life and your soul into it and putting it out for somebody to judge is hard, be the person on the flip side of that who has to take your baby, something you adore and you love and you think is wonderful, your family thinks is wonderful, your friends think is wonderful, they're giving you compliments left and right, and you put it out there to be judged. That judge then has to judge it. That is harder than putting your own work out there. You might not understand why a judge judges the way they do. The judge might have a criteria. The judge might be left on their own. But the whole thing is they're the judge, and they judge the piece for whatever criteria they follow. And I can say this because although I have never judged in a county fair, I have judged multiple competitions. And when I say a competition, I'm talking statewide competitions, and then multi-state competitions. And you won't have your heart beating fast and tears in your eyes. You walk into that room knowing you have to judge their babies. And not only that, their babies have come through probably several competitions to get there. So they have tweaked and tweaked and tweaked, if they can, that product to get it perfect. Some you can't. If you cross-stitch a piece, then it's done. You might be able to reframe it or clean it up or something like that, but it's done. Cooking, you can always adjust the recipe for commentary that you've received along the way. Why I'm saying this is because don't ever badmouth judges, because it is wrenching, heart-wrenching to get out there and have to put a score or have to put somebody above another person. I was asked if I would ever put any of my cross-stitch in any of the county fairs, and I said no, because I've been in my other hobby where I competed for years, double-digit years, and in that I have judged double-digit years. And cross-stitch is my relaxation and my fun spot. And I don't want to ever judge somebody else's, and I don't want mine to be put out for a judge, because this makes me happy. Perfect or imperfect, it makes me happy. And to get a ribbon isn't going to make me more happy about this. To get a ribbon would be like exciting, and I would love to get a ribbon, but to me, it's not worth the heart wrenching of putting it out there. But on top of, don't ever put down the judges, because you might not know their criteria. Robert could have been really mad a couple weekends ago when he didn't win. No, he wasn't. He took it as a learning experience. But on top of, don't put down your judges. Do not jump on somebody else's comments about judges. So what I mean is, if I get really mad because this didn't win, and I'm like, well, what the hell did the judges know? Did you see the person who won? Really? Okay, that's me being frustrated, and I understand it. But here's what you need to do. You need to go, hey, your piece is beautiful. We love your piece. We don't know what the judges were looking for Find a judge and talk to them if you can. If not, re-examine it, take it apart and look at it stitch by stitch. See what they might have saw. Was any of your stitches twisted? Was there a tail visible? Was there the tiniest little slip up that nobody normally would see? That's what you need to be doing to the people who is really frustrated. Another tip for the frustrated artisan is have your little group of people that you go to, and that's where you cry, you scream, you kick the wall, whatever you need to do, and you get it out. Don't ever, ever, ever make a negative comment about another person's art. And there's two reasons for that. One is it's their baby. Just like that's your baby hanging on the wall or setting out for commentary, that's their baby. If they hear that, how heart-wrenching is that? And that's what hurt me, was that artisan might have heard that. I forgot. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. My baby, the second reason, it'll come back to me. But anyway, as you can tell, I'm very serious about this. Oh, what I was going to say, the judging is hard. Finding judges is getting harder. We go to an event and people are like, will you please come judge this competition? And I'm like, I really don't want to. And to be honest, if I can think of something else maybe to do, then like I promised my help in the kitchen, then I'll go that way. If they truly need me to judge, then of course that is my duty, that is my job, then I will go judge it. Judges are hard to find because of some of the abuse that we get as judges. In the area, the place that I judge is we give written commentary and we give contact information. And so I put it out there. I judged your piece. Here's my name. Here's how to contact me. This is why I judged it this way. Let's talk if you have a reason to talk. Some people contact me and go, agree totally with what you said. Knew it when I said it out there. Other people have cried, not necessarily mad at me, but because I showed them how they could get better. And it was very emotional because this is your baby you're putting out there, and we get it and we understand it. So you get all these different reactions when you judge. And so it's hard to find judges because there's people who will confront you face to face in an ugly, negative way, which is inappropriate. But there are people who go, you judged my piece. Can you talk to me for a few minutes? And that is what makes the judging worth it, is when that person comes. I know I've rambled a little bit about this, but it really did. And when I saw it and I heard it, and now I've heard this particular person call somebody else's art crap twice, and not hear about to bash another cross stitcher or a floss tube or anything like that. That's not what this is about. So don't everybody get on the bandwagon and go, oh, so-and-so said something. It's not what this is about. This is about educating people that don't jump on somebody's bandwagon. If someone is frustrated, don't feed that fuel. Talk them off the ledge. Go, let's talk about this. Let's go have coffee. Bring your piece. Let's look at it together. It's for artisans to have their little clump that they can call or Facebook or text or whatever and go, can you believe this? This is horrible. And it's your job not to build the fire, but to help put the fire out. So I think I'm done on judging. It's just, this is what I was going to say. Yes, this is most important. Second, you don't talk about other people's art as anything in the negative, because bad things don't come in ones. Bad things comes in 3s and 4s and 5s. And they could be having the worst year of their life. And what got them through that year was their art, their cross stitch, their embroidery, whatever. And then they hear that it's called crap. And it's the 5th thing that's happened to them in a few months. You don't know what the mind that person is in, what state of mind. Don't do that to people. It could be what puts them over the edge. It really could be. Watch your words. Watch how you treat other people. And let's keep this community sweet and loving at all time. Everybody's piece is a work of art in my eyes. That's what I gotta say. And I'm sorry, when I get upset, this is what happens to my face. It's just me. Anyway, enough about judging, enough about negative stuff. Let's move to the positive. Let me get a drink first. No product placement. Sorry. Okay, so finishes. I finished and am really excited because it turned out beautifully. September. Aren't those owls just gorgeous? I changed a few colors. Add a little bit more red to the leaves because it's autumn and leaves are red and orange and some purple. I didn't think about that. Maybe I should have put some purple in there. But so September, it was a finish since the last one. I showed this and you've just seen me flashing this all over the place a minute ago. But this is Put on the Hat. I couldn't wait to get this when I saw it. I got it in the mail and I stitched it immediately. And I'm saying immediately and couldn't stop until I got it done. Did not bring it over. I believe it's Hands On Designs. Oh my Lord, please tell me I'm saying that right. But it's beautiful. If you follow me on Instagram, it is tagged. Definitely, I think it's Hands On Designs, but if I'm wrong, it's tagged correctly there. And please do follow me on Instagram with @Stitching with the Dachshund. Most days I do something every day. I try to take a picture of something. Admittingly, it is sometimes the dogs, but for the most part, it's cross stitch. Cross stitch is my happy place. Instagram is now my happy place. Those are finishes. What am I working on? And I'm calling these my active whips because these are the ones that I have the thread out, the needle in it, and I'm stitching on it once a day or every other day or something. That they're active. They're the ones that my dog is rolling around. I'm afraid he's going to knock something over. This is Bless Her Home by Country Cottage Needleworks. And that's how far I've gotten on it. I'm really liking it because I'm trying one thread on it because Fat Cat Flossing was talking that she does one, and one of the reasons is she doesn't have to worry about the threads twisting. So I thought I'm going to try it. So I have, and I really enjoyed it. I think the weave should have been tighter for one thread, but it's still working out just fine, and I'm loving it. Second active whip. If you're following me on Instagram, you've already seen some of this. This is called the Firefly Sampler. Isn't it beautiful? It is from Fandom Cross Stitchery on Etsy, and I'm going to link her below. She's got some really cute patterns in there. If you remember the last video, I talked about going to a wedding. I keep leaning up. Does that mean I keep cutting my head off? We'll see. Anyway, and I had done Char's embroidery piece, and I wanted to do something for Kirk, and he is a big Firefly Serenity fan, black, brown coats, all of that. So is my middle son. And so I couldn't find one that I really liked. It was between this one and one that was actually, it looked like a Quaker sampler. The Serenity was in the middle, and it was Quaker designs around it. And it was pretty appealing to me, but I don't necessarily think Kirk or Michael would find that part of filling as appealing. But this, oh my gosh, this was perfect. So that is something that I got and have not been able to put down since I started it. And this is where I'm at. The lettering, of course, goes quick. And when I get tired of messing with all this gray, then I go do a little bit of lettering. So that's where I'm at. There's Serenity. And these are all sayings within the Firefly series. And there was only one season. And you can look it up and hear all the horrible things about it all being one season. And it was a wonderful, wonderful show. It makes me sad, too, that it only got one season. But they did do the movie Serenity that tied it all together. So if you've not seen it, you really need to go watch it. And it's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Then the other active whip that I'm working on is another hands-on design, Twice Blessed. And this is where I'm at. I have finished one. Now I'm working on the other. So, my attention gets away from this one a lot because of those two. So, but it gets some loving. Let me see. What else do I have to talk to you about? Well, you know what? I'm going to move on to the man cave right fast and then come back to some other things. As you know, Robert gets commissions. He gets contacted to do all kinds of leatherwork projects, not just boots, but it's like, hey, can you do this? And he's like, well, I can try. So he got contacted by our niece and asked if he could put some leathers on some Converse for her friends. She's going to wear these at her wedding. And he was like, sure. And so they said, I think they told him flowers and her initials. And so this is what he came up with. And he added them to him. And they're gorgeous. I really did not know the Converse love that is out there in the universe until I tagged. I do his Instagram for Chisholm Trail Custom Leather. Actually, I think it's CTC Leather that on the Instagram. But anyway, I'll link it below if you're interested in going looking at it. I take the pictures of those, and so I was looking for hashtags. I did not know that there was so much that you do with Converse. There is beautiful artwork drawn on them. There's bridal ones where they put sparklies and ribbon on them. Gorgeous. I was blown away by some of it. It's like, oh my gosh. So that was a quick tour through the man cave. Plans. These are my plans. They're very vague because I know that they'll get changed. And those are still running from my emotional twit at the beginning. But I'm in control now. Just a runny nose is left. Anyway, plans. I want to focus on some of my smaller projects and get them finished. But I also want to start working on my big ones. So when I say big ones, I only have a couple. Anyway, I have not been able to work on cowboy boots in a while. I had started working on it. Oh, I'm sorry. I started reworking on it because I could not deal with the fabric at all. It was stiff, horrible fabric, and I just couldn't. My hands didn't like it, and I think that was the reason that I never got any stitches in on it. But anyway, I had almost this little panel right there done, and I finally was like, I'm getting another material. I can't do it. So I did. Put in 50 stitches maybe, and Sarah moved in with the puppy as a puppy. And now he sleeps a lot, so I could get more done. But I didn't want to make a mistake on these because I was constantly getting up and moving, or fussing, or feeding, or taking the puppy out. And I was like, you know what? This is just too much concentration for me to deal with the baby. So I put this down, but I'm really getting it to start stitching on it again. So I really want to start working on that. I don't have the piece with me because, like I said, there's only like 50 stitches in it. Nothing worth getting happy over. But 50 stitches are 50 stitches, right? The second one I want to work on a little bit more is the Bayou Tapestry one. On this one, I've got like a front horse's body done, like right in there, that little horse's head, and a little bit of the man. That's all I've gotten on this one too. But I want to do a lot more on it too. So I'm going to run you through some of the things that I will be working on. And you're going to get to see a little bit of my project bags too. So just bear with me because I couldn't just have all these out. Okay, so you know I've been doing the monthly series, Snowflower Diaries. This is my next one, October. But when I go to my needle workshop, favorite place in the world, I'm going to get the material for October, November, December, because that's my last 3 that I have. This one, I can't wait to do this one. It is my November one. Look at that peacock. Oh my God. He's gorgeous. He's gorgeous. So, the November one, my birthday is in November, and I want to do a birthday start. Talk to Stitching Buttons and see if she wanted to do it, because her birthday's in November too. But she's got lots of starts, so, you know, no pressure. Say no to me, really. You got a lot going on. Just watched her last Flosstube a few days back, and it's like, whoa, girl. She does beautiful work, and she's a really cool person. So anyway, that's my November one, and I want to start in November for my birthday, November start. So I usually do finish October, then I would start November. But I think I'm going to start October and then also start November, and November will be my birthday start. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And this is December. It's appropriate, little dear. So those are ones that I am working, will be starting my finishes. This might kind of be like a tiny little whip braid, nothing elaborate or big, just showing you what I'm actually wanting to start. Y'all see this one? Isn't that a cute project bag? I love it. It's one of my favorites. This one is was one that was given to me by Sweary Stitcher. So sweet. Here we go. I'll start that one. I've got the material. I'm going to, when I go to the needleworker shop, I'm getting the called for threads for this one. So that one I would have already started, but I want to get the called for threads. So I've got to go down to Needleworks. I want to start this one so bad. But it's kind of a big one, and the other one that I did, the illuminated manuscript, kind of kicked my butt. So a little nervous about starting it. It's not as big as the illuminated manuscript, but it'll take me a while. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh man, I love it. I adore it. I was blessed that someone actually sent me this one, because I saw it and was like, I gotta have this, and I couldn't find it. And some generous cross-stitcher, Flosstuber, sent it to me. Love this community. Look, it's got everything in it that I need. I mean, it is ready to go. So I think I might start that in December. Be a December start for me. Now, as you know, I have already did this sampler for myself. I did that one. But my I want to do this one for a friend of mine. My friend's house burnt down over a year ago, and they've been living in like a RV, and their house is being built now, and it's looking wonderful. And I wanted to stitch this so she could have that for her house, because they also do bees. So that's another one that I would love to start and finish. I won this one at the little retreat that I went to, and I want to start it really, really bad. I want to start it. It came with the threads, so just got to get the material for that one and get it started. Yeah, y'all know that Shakespeare's Peddler is one of my favorite designers. I don't know. She's just, I don't know. I just like her stuff. So I got the basket of red, white, and blue when it came out. I finished the basket of eggs, but I have not even started this one. So I got the stuff. I just need to get the floss and get started on that. Shakespeare's Peddler, Two Angry Birds. Oh my God, this is like just, I love this the minute I saw it. And you know what? If you go to Jen's Stitch and Niche, I believe this one's on clearance. Can you believe that? $1, $2, $3. I don't know. It was hardly anything. And when I saw it, I was like, why don't I own that? I gotta have that. So I purchased it a while back and really want to get it started. So that I want to put some stitches in. And then, oh, this is my, it's not a start. This is one that I want to work on. It's my stamped piece. Isn't that funny how we have so much stuff that we love? Yep, I want to get working on that too. So that's kind of my plans, to focus on a few of my littler ones and get them finished. I just threw thread. And then work on, put some stitches in some of my big ones. I'm like last year, I think in January, I made a commitment that I would put at least a stitch in my illuminated manuscript every night. It didn't have to be more than a stitch. Of course, it was most of the time, but there were times that I was like, oh, I just gotta get one stitch. And I did just one stitch and put it away. I didn't do it I did it most every day. I can actually honestly say that I didn't touch it maybe 10 times that year, from January till it was finished. But I'm one of those people that if I make a commitment to myself, I do it. So it meant a lot to me to be able to put that stitch because I made that commitment to myself. So I wanted to, I might do that with the cowboy boots or with the Battle of Hastings, the Bayeux Tapestry. Probably the cowboy boots because it's my oldest one, and get some progress on that because I really want to see that hung up in Robert's boot shop as soon as we can. So that is my plans. Got a lot of things to start, a lot of things to finish. So I don't really make plans because I usually break them, but those are pretty loose plans, so I'm okay with calling them plans. All right, so the last thing I have today is a couple of videos back, Michelle Bendy, who, you know, if you watch her, goes and gives away patterns out of magazines. She'll tear out the pattern, she trifolds it, and she sends it in the mail for you. And I always watch them, and I only ask for ones if I know that when I get it, I will start stitching it immediately. Because I always feel like, what if somebody wants it so bad and they just drooling over it? And I get it and I'm just going to put it in my stash just to stitch later. So unless I know that I can't wait for the mailman to come and give me that pattern, then I really don't enter the competitions or the giveaways or whatever you want to call them. Oh, no, not competitions. But anyway, so I there's a lot that I want. I'm like, oh. And I see it in Michelle's face when she's like, she really trying to get rid of stuff, but she really still wants to stitch it. Kind of hurts a little in your sew. But so I feel like if I'm not going to get that piece and start stitching it immediately, I'm going to give another person the opportunity to get that piece. Anyway, all that being said, she was giving away a pattern out of an old magazine. And it was out of this magazine, Cross Stitching Country Crafts, and it was this pattern. There is a SAL going on for this, very old sampler SAL. I don't know, I have to look it up. Anyway, because I had, these are extra magazines that I have. Hint, hint. Anyway, I really wanted to start this one, but I got my plate full. But I still want to do it. Maybe when I get finished with Nativity or something like that, I want to do it. The colors appeal to me. It appeals to me. And you can break it down, and those little birds right there broken down. I love. Anyway, so she was giving that away, and she said over 50 people asked for this, which she has thousands of subscribers, so 50 might not be that many in number wise, I don't know, but I was thinking 50 people wanted that, and I have an extra one. How greedy of me to sit here and keep it. You know, it's like 50 people wanted it. Now, the 50 people that wanted it on her channel probably do not subscribe to my little dinky channel. So I still want to give it away to somebody who would love it and want it. So I'm going to give the whole magazine away. I'm not going to tear anything out. I'm just going to, if you want it, I'm going to tell you what to say, and I'm going to give the whole magazine away. I do want to show one other. I didn't want to go through the magazine and show you everything, but something else that's kind of cute in it and might be appealing to you is this one. So if you want this magazine with those 2 patterns and more, there's more patterns in here, tell me that you want the March-April 88 magazine. March/April 88. And you'll see why you have to be very precise about it. So if you want this one, March-April 88, and I'm going to search for that. Now the second one, I have more than just 2, but I'm going to give 2 away this time, and I'm going to give the other ones away. I'm sorry, I keep moving up. Give the other ones away at a later date, or the next video. I feel discombobulated today. Just ain't got it together. Just don't know what's wrong with me. All right, this is another one that I'm giving away that I have an extra of. Oh, this is just, to me, is very striking and beautiful. Look at those birds and the red flowers. What a family tree. It caught my attention. I really want to do it. So that one's in here. And I wanted to show you this one is in here. Look at that little house on the hill. Isn't that cute? It says, when this you see, remember. So that pattern's in there. I got another tag. Why do I have another tag? Oh, another tag, because look at these strawberries. And daisies. I don't know. And they have a whole little thing to do. I got another tag. Let's see what a tag. Oh, I love these. Look at those. I love the reindeer one. The reindeer is just like, you gotta do that. I don't want to do that blue. I would change the colors, but I would do that reindeer just the way that reindeer is. Anyway, these are my 2 extra ones. And if you're interested in getting these patterns, then put May/June 88. May/June 88. And that way, since I don't have a zillion subscribers, it's easy for me to find them. So if you want this one, March/April 88. If you're interested in this one, May/June 88. And let's get them to go to a home that they really, somebody's like, I gotta stitch that and I gotta stitch that now. That's my hope anyway, that's how you feel about it. But it's okay also if you want to just like, I want to stitch that next year, get it too. It's only me who feels like I've got to beat the mailman down to get my pattern when it comes in the mail, because I'm just kind of weird like that. Anyway, I think I covered it all. Remember to keep this community sweet and loving and generous, as it is 99% of the time. It is that way, and let's keep it that way. Let's make it 100%. Let's be nice to each other, support each other. That's why I fell in love with this community, is because that's what I saw. Anyway, I think I have shown it all. So I'm going to leave you with, put some thread and a needle and get to stitching. Y'all have a good day. Hope to see you back sooner than I did this time.